The B-side in boxing.
B-side shit.
B-side.
B-side.
And the B-side.
You got a B-side.
The B-side.
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 That B-side thing.
This is the B-Sides Boxing Podcast.
All right. Ready if you are.
Okay.
Fun. The boxing B-sides. We're here to fucking party. Coming up on the big day, there are a lot of lumps of coal in our stockings for the next 2 weeks. A lot of bullshit. Not that good, but whatever. We're gonna power through.
I mean, that's why people listen to B-sides.
Right.
For the not so good stuff.
And because it can be fun, I guess. Drip's not here, so December 7th, on the MMA side of the street, UFC 310, there's a whole to-do about a Japanese fighter coming from Ryzen, the Japanese promotion, crossed over to UFC. The first time in the UFC, he gets to fight for the title because he's a quote-unquote accomplished champion already, or whatever. So
yeah, I actually watched this one.
Yes.
Everybody was pinging me about it, and I was like, fine, I'll watch. I'm bad luck, I think.
That's when we were on fucking not shameless plug, very proud plug, Ultimate Effing Casual, we were talking about it over there, and Isaac was saying, if you ever suggest a fight to somebody, it's 90% likely it's gonna suck. That's always been my experience as well.
Yeah, MMA does seem a lot more hit or miss. Boxing, you can, call a little more often whether it's going to be fun or not, I think.
Yeah, because it's it's just your hands, so.
Yeah, nobody's wrestle fucking people.
Which is what happened in that main event, kind of. For whatever it counts, the guy Kai Asakura, he tried his best to be entertaining and explosive, but it was just flying knees. A lot of them.
Yeah, he looked like me trying to play Street Fighter with that one character. I always hit the wrong button and just jumping knee and completely miss.
Yeah, that's what Kai ended up doing the whole time. Got choked out by the champ Oleksandr Pantoja. But if you want to hear more, we break down the whole card over on Ultimate Effing Casuals, so check that out if you want more MMA talk. Now, I didn't look for any news because there are plenty of cards to cover. So still December 7th in Sofia, Bulgaria, Kubrat Pulev beats Mahmoud Char, 12-round stinker for the WBA totally, completely, absolutely legit world title.
Mm-hmm.
Very, very prestigious title. Very real and absolutely legitimate. It was boring as shit. Kubrat Pulev looked his age, so I don't know.
They both looked old as fuck.
Yeah, Mahmoud Char's been out for a while. This dude is like the WBA Reggie Warrior. He's been defending that shit for I don't know how long now.
Yeah, I don't want to see Pulev anymore. I didn't want to see Pulev this time either, but I guess.
Yeah, I watch this shit so that you all don't have to.
I have to admit I didn't watch any of the undercard. I don't think
either.
there's any hidden gems either, though.
I skipped it. I skipped all of it.
Yeah.
And I'm not
it's
sorry.
bad when me and you are skipping it.
Yeah, no shit. When the sickos aren't watching, it's pretty bad. Moving on in Waterford, Ireland. This is a Pro Box card. This is our partnership with Conlon Boxing. Trying to remember if anything stood out. Tyrone McKenna stopping Dylan Moran in the second was pretty cool. Trying to remember. Sultan Zarbek versus Damian fucking something or other Polish it was a good scrap. I think they kept
Brzezinski? I think.
Brzezinski, probably. That's probably right. Tyrone McKenna and Dylan Moran, highly recommend it. Stopped in the second, so it's not a whole lot of your time. I would say they kept this fight and the one before. Graham McCormick stops Craig McCarthy in the sixth. Those two, they kept calling them Irish dust-ups. I don't know
Yeah,
what the hell that is. I know it's like a fight or whatever, but I've never heard dust up as...
it's like a Mexican war,
Okay, got
an
it.
Irish dust up.
Irish
Yeah,
dust ups.
it's very similar. I assume that people were just throwing a million punches and not too worried about defense.
McCormick versus McCarthy was actually, like, for the level that they're at, it's a 6-round fight. So, like, they're not looking like Canelo or Pacquiao or Mayweather or anything like that, but it was fun. It was a fun Irish dust-up.
Nice. Yeah, I think I missed this one. The European ones are just at the wrong time for me.
I caught it on replay. It's on YouTube, baby.
Yeah, I love ProBox. I love ProBox so much. Everybody that listens to us should go download their stupid app thing so that they keep putting money into ProBox.
I've been meaning to do that.
Yeah.
There's one more that I wanted to point out on this card. It's Garan Croft. He was making his pro debut. Gets a stop over Ermin Sali in the first round within a matter of like 30 seconds. Oh. It was kind of silly. It was pretty clearly... He oversold it. Sali oversold the stoppage.
Nice.
I think his nickname is like... Hold on. I want to make sure I got this right. They don't have it listed, but they were saying he goes by like the fire hydrant for whatever the fuck reason. I don't know if that means something else in Croatia, where he's from.
I cannot think of a good thing it could mean.
Right, like dogs piss on you? Is that what you're talking about, dude?
I guess maybe he's short and
He is very short and stocky.
compact, like he looks like a fire hydrant.
Yeah, he's built like a fire hydrant. That's got to be it. That has to be it. No way this guy's calling himself like the fucking piss target for fun.
Maybe he
So
that's a terrible fucking nickname.
it leaves a lot to interpretation, and that's not a good thing in this case. Croft landed like a single. He landed like a left hook to the temple. Kind of looked like Sali was a little shook, but a follow-up right hand. It looked like Sali. It was theatrical the way he fucking like his feet came out from under him like a cartoon pulling a rug out from someone.
Oh,
and
Jesus.
he just like turned horizontal and he fell down, like rolled like he was completely out of it. So he's looking like he's, in trouble. And the ref waves it off, as you would expect, because he finished the count of 10 or whatever. And then he starts acting completely fine and protesting that it got stopped. It's like, you overdid it,
but
buddy.
he didn't want to be there.
Right, he didn't. But like you overdid it. You're supposed to be okay. Like you're rocked, yes, but you're supposed to be okay enough to continue. So that was a fun one.
Nice.
There's a guy named Dan Duffy on the also on the card.
Danny Duffy. I do a Danny Duffy.
Yeah, Danny
I think
Duffy.
that's a pretty common name, but
Moving on, Queensberry in London. Not going to go through everything, but Lawrence Okoli gets a stoppage in the first over Hussein Muhammad. Goodness gracious, Okoli is fat as fuck. He looked good at cruiserweight. Now he's like 240 pounds, and very little of it is gained muscle. Not a good look. David Adelaide, TKO won over Solomon. I keep saying, is it Dakers? I'm gonna go with Dakers. I gotta stop pretending that it's something else. The fucking Pride heavyweight belt, David Adelaide takes that one, and I mention him because if he's got this one, he's gonna get the push. So expect to see him in your main events on bigger cards soon. Sam Noakes versus Ryan Walsh was a good fight. It was fun.
That's a lot of belts.
A lot of secondary belts. British belt, Commonwealth belt, and the WBO International for lightweights. And Denzel Bentley, same situation at middleweight for the EBU, British belt, and the WBO International. So Denzel's gonna expect to see these guys, these three, Sam Noakes, David Adelaide, and Denzel Bentley. Expect to start seeing them in your social media feeds.
Yeah. Heavyweights are so damn boring.
They can be, more often than not.
British mid-level heavyweights are terrible. Cannot get excited for them, I'm sorry.
All right, still on the 7th matchroom in San Juan, Puerto Rico. Ooh, a bunch of stuff on this one. I'm gonna just cherry pick here and go straight to the main event because Mark Castro.
No.
What?
Yeah, I was gonna say we gotta shit on Elon Musk.
Yeah, I was gonna say Mark Castro, Elon Musk dropping a split decision to Agustin Quintana. Just, sorry, buddy. Maybe change the name back to Twitter and I'll care.
Yeah, Mark Castro, they pushed him so hard for a little while. I think they've realized he's kind of not all that.
Right, he's
like,
not.
They've really pulled back on promoting him a bit.
Yes, I would say that they stopped doing it around. I think it was the Canelo Triple G third fight that he was on, and I haven't really seen him get the push since.
Yeah. He's on their Instagram every once in a while, but when they were really pushing him, he was there all the damn time.
Yeah.
And I haven't seen any posts with him. Like, even for this fight, I think there was one post that mentioned him. They've really pulled back on the Mark Castro love.
I suppose because he looks like very much like Elon Musk, and he's a polarizing figure. Maybe they're trying to.
Maybe.
I don't know.
Maybe they just realized he's not that good at boxing.
That is the more logical one, so let's not go with that.
Well, it's also Golden Boy, isn't it? No, it's Matchroom.
Yeah.
They like to push mid people all the damn time.
Yes. Well, speaking of mid, fucking Richardson Hitchens. Split decision over Liam Paro.
I'm a little sad that Paro lost, to be honest. I am
too, because, God, I really don't like Hitchens.
Yeah, I don't know why. Like, there's nothing overly offensive about him. He's just boring.
Actually, that's a good way to put it. The way he fights, there's nothing overly offensive that's ever fucking happening when he fights. That's the fucking problem.
That's also true.
He acts like he's the baddest motherfucker alive, and doesn't beat people up. And his job is to beat people up.
Yeah, I'm really getting sick of these guys who are not going to be aggressive knockout guys saying that they're gonna knock people out. Like Shakur Stevenson, you're a good boxer. Lean into that.
Yeah.
Like,
own it.
Pernell Whitaker never fucking said he was gonna knock anyone out. Ever. And people love him. I hate when they pretend they're something they're not. Hitchens does that, but he's also just not as good a boxer either.
Yeah. So the scores, 8-4 times 2, and fucking, what's the other one? 9-3.
The other way, though, right?
Yes, the Liam Paro was the 9-3. How the fuck?
That's crazy.
How do you do that? How does that happen?
Yeah, that's a bad scorecard. I hadn't really clocked that at the time.
I didn't either. I was just upset about that Hitchens, and I was saying in Discord, like, man, I would like to say, like, fuck you, Richardson Hitchens. You're making me watch MMA instead. I would prefer to watch that over you.
That's boring. That's real boring.
That is pretty bad. I tend to pick boxing like 99 cases out of 100. Even no matter how awesome the MMA card might seem, I'll still watch boxing over it. But like, man, I stopped giving my full attention around like round 7 or 8. I don't know.
Yeah, I tend to do that with Hitchens fights too.
I don't remember who it was, but somebody in Discord was switched over to after the Hitchens win, switched over to the UFC fight just because everybody else was. We all were watching it together anyway, so might as well just to keep the combo going. And
Yeah.
he was saying some shit like, MMA so fucking boring. I hate it. They're laying on the ground together. This is why it's so stupid and I hate the sport. And it was just a really simple response. It was like, you just watched all 12 rounds of Richardson Hitchens versus Liam Paro. Shut the fuck up about boring. You sat through all of it by choice. You chose to do that.
Yeah.
That's a lot more time than fucking Richardson Hitchens deserves. Top rank in Phoenix.
Nice.
Steven Navarro, TKO2 over Gabriel Cruz. Didn't see this one. 6-round Superflies. So, Art.
Yeah, I don't remember the first few fights on this card. I know I watched them all, but they were kind of fast.
Right. Art Barrera versus Juan Medina, TKO2 as well. 6-round welters. Albert Gonzalez, UD over Gerardo Perez, 8-round super feathers. Ooh, he's back, baby. Giovanni Santillan. The referee technical decision at the end of the first. Typically, the fighter doesn't want to continue from the corner. Versus Frederick Lawson, 10-round welters.
Yeah, I was really confused when this was happening. I didn't understand exactly what was going on here.
For some reason or another, they didn't want to come back out. So there.
Yeah, but like there wasn't anything obvious to me.
Right.
It's not like there was a big cut or something.
For some reason or another.
Yeah.
Lindolfo Delgado, TKO5 over Jackson Martinez, 10-round 140s. They're really pushing Delgado here. He's been stringing together some impressive wins. So he's going to start moving higher and higher up the bill.
I don't mind that. He's exciting to watch.
Yeah.
I don't know how good he's going to get, but I'll watch it.
Richard Torres, TKO3 over Isaac Gutierrez. What did you think of Richard's performance?
I like Richard Torres, so I'm biased. I thought he looked good, but I also know he hasn't fought the best competition. But you weren't impressed?
No, it's not that. It's just like the ceiling is already apparent just because of the size disparity that he's going to be facing as he moves up the ranks, right?
Yeah, I mean, he's not Usyk. He's not going to be able to overcome being small. But that doesn't mean he shouldn't try.
I just feel he would have more success. He could make cruiserweight like exciting. Another fighter in the mix there.
It wouldn't overly surprise me if he does cut to cruiser once he is expected to move up in competition. It might just be he doesn't want to cut now. If you're beating up mid-level guys, might as well enjoy your tacos.
Yeah, that's the bellwether for how your cut is going. How many tacos did you have?
Yeah, not to be racist, I guess.
No,
but
it's fine.
I assume Richard Torres likes his tacos.
He is from SoCal, if I'm not mistaken. So probably.
Yeah, I think everybody down there likes their tacos. I don't know. I like Richard Torres. I also like his personality. I follow him on Instagram and stuff, and he's just kind of, how do I put it?
Goofball?
Yeah, charming's not really the word I'm looking for. Anyways, like, he seems like he'd be fun to have a beer with. Like, down to earth, maybe.
Yeah.
Like, every once in a while he puts videos of him shittily playing a guitar and singing. And I did like that he missed his tap recital for his boxing match.
A tap recital?
Yeah, his tap dancing club had a recital the night of this fight, so he couldn't participate. Sometimes he puts up his tap dancing videos as well on his Instagram. He's not that good, but it's super cute.
Rafael Espinoza.
Yeah.
Stops, ? Rubesi Ramirez retains his WBO 126 belt. Robesi waved himself off? Was that...
Yeah, I didn't... This was a weird card for stoppages a couple times.
Right. it was hard to tell like what exactly happened. It wasn't until later, and I was pointing this out in Discord as well as we were trying to suss out what was going on, is that if you look at his the way his eye looked, it was very reminiscent of broken orbital bones. The way that it swelled up, like just under the eye,
Yeah.
looked a lot like Billy Joe Saunders, Gabe Rosado happened to him a lot. Yeah, but that's how it looks. So I think that's what happened.
and I never make fun of fighters for trying to protect their eyes. I mean,
Yeah.
being half blind would suck. I don't think it's worth it. Everybody's always like, you gotta die in the ring. And I'm like, no, you don't.
No, you
It's
don't.
a job,
Right.
guys. It's a dangerous job, but it's a job.
Yeah, you lose an eye now, your earning potential is over completely.
Yeah, and you lose an eye. Like,
Right.
it's also gonna be a problem in your everyday life. Well, it's because I hold my head at like a 45-degree angle all the time.
I'm going to try to fit this one in. Speaking of 45-degree angles, Oscar Valdez's career going downward.
Man, this fight made me so sad.
It was really sad. Man.
Like, this was the proof that you can work hard and do everything right and put all of your effort into it, and someone who's just naturally gifted will make you look stupid.
Absolutely.
Oscar clearly had been working his ass off on their strategy, which I don't think was a bad strategy. He stuck to the game plan. He was doing everything he was supposed to do. Navarrete looked like he wasn't even fucking trying, and he just beat the shit out of Oscar for 6 rounds. And I'm like, this is so hard to watch, because I like both of them. But Nav looked like he wasn't even fucking trying.
Yeah, he definitely wasn't working. Didn't seem to be working as hard as Oscar was. Man, yeah, you're right.
I like Navarrete, but half the time, and I'm sure he's not. Like, I'm sure he is putting in a lot of effort in the ring. He just makes it look effortless. But he just looked like he was in there like, I guess I gotta beat this guy up so I get my money.
Is there anything? I don't think there's anything left that Oscar can really do after this. I don't know what else he can do.
I like Oscar Valdez, and I don't think he's completely washed or anything.
No, he's not.
Like, he can't beat Nav.
He's in the hamper, I think.
Yeah, maybe, but I'll still watch him.
Yeah.
He's still exciting. I think he'll still beat a lot of people. I can't think of any names off the top of my head, but I don't think he should retire necessarily, but he's never going to beat Nav. I don't think it matters if they fight 100 times.
No. Valdez doesn't have the kind of power to bother Nav. Kind of unfortunate that he can mung his way through it.
Yeah, well, and just like Nav's angles and shot selection are so fucking weird. I imagine you can't find sparring partners that can do that.
I don't think so.
I don't know. I feel so bad for Oscar. When they interviewed him afterwards, I knew I was gonna cry, and I watched it anyways, and then I cried.
He looked like he was about to. Man, talk about looking just completely defeated morally and everything.
I think he knew he did everything right. He did everything he was supposed to, and it still wasn't good enough.
Yeah, that's why I think he was so dejected. It was like, man, I did fucking everything I could, and it's still not good enough. I can only really say to that is that regardless of the outcome, you still gave it your best effort.
Yeah, nobody can say that he didn't try.
Right.
Like,
you didn't roll over and take it.
Yeah, and like Valdez has dog, but everybody already knew that. Like, he didn't have to prove that to anyone.
So, Nav, what are his options really? Because Foster was there. I think they're going to try to make that next, which is a very interesting style matchup.
Yeah, I think Nav's hard to beat. I think they can match him up with pretty much anyone, and he'll do fine.
Kakachi holds IBF, and who the fuck? I'm trying to think of who has the WBA, because BoxRec is fucking petty. Lamont Roach. That's right. He's fighting Tank. Not
Yeah, I don't think that's gonna go well for Roach.
What can Nav versus Foster? I think that's really all they can make unless you move him up to 135, which didn't go well the first time.
Yeah, I don't know. That would be a unification, right? Nav and Foster.
Yes.
I think that's a decent fight to make. I think Navarrete takes that personally.
Yeah, I agree. I think he would. Foster, same thing. Doesn't have the power to bother Nav, so he's just going to do whatever he wants.
Yeah, and Foster's got better movement, but Navarrete is going to catch him eventually.
Right.
Or I think he is. Maybe not.
I would think so. That's what I would bet on.
I know I'm going to watch both of these guys in their next fight.
For sure.
I like both these guys. I was cheering for Valdez because he works harder, but I'm not mad that Navarrete won again.
Yeah, I was cheering for Valdez. Just he's from nearby me, so got to do my best for the hometown guys. Anything more for the top rank card?
Nah, I think that's good.
All right. Moving on, Wednesday, December 11th, Matchroom in Queensland, Australia. Tyler Blizzard, UD over Chang Yang. Chang Yang?
That was bullshit. Chang won that fight, and a unanimous decision the other way.
Right.
I was pissed. I can't remember who was watching it with me on Discord. I think it might have been Zoe. Anyways, he was also like, oh, obviously Yang. And I was like, yeah, obviously. Like, and then they announced Tyler Blizzard. And I was like, fucking Australia.
Chang weathered the storm.
Nice.
Yeah. Man, so the Chang's a journeyman though. At 7,
Yeah.
coming in at 7 and 6, so I'm sure he knew what he was getting himself into.
Still.
It's still, yeah, justice for Chang.
Bullshit.
But moving up, Justice Huni subs Leandro Robuti. I did not find this one, so I couldn't see it. But second round stoppage.
To be honest, I don't remember exactly how the stoppage went, but it was kind of a steamrolled them. That's the word I'm looking for.
Yeah, understandable with a TKO2 on here. And
yeah, I think he had him in trouble in the first, and then in the second he kind of came out and swarmed him.
And capping it off, Connor Wallace stops Asimal Walem in the 8th. Those are light heavyweights. I don't know, Australian guy they're trying to build up as the two titans battle it out, and there's gonna be a power vacuum when they're done. All right, one more on the 11th Pro Box. So they are starting to use Prospect or Contender Series or whatever. Now, I'm just going to cherry pick here. Dante Benjamin stops Aaron Casper in the first. Not sure how you punch a ghost, but there you go. Katsuma Akitsugi. 6th round stoppage over Ashton Palikte, I think it is. And
yeah, I like this kid.
Yep,
they keep talking about how he has no power, but he stopped everybody he's fought on Pro Box now.
Right. They've been really pointing that out a lot. Akitsugi's 2-2, 2 fights, 2 knockouts for Pro Box. I think how did you put it? They were like jerking him off or something.
Oh yeah. They were really stroking his ego for sure.
Yeah, definitely.
But he is fun to watch. It's death by 1,000 cuts, all punches all the time until people get overwhelmed.
Best way to put it. I don't have much for these two. Luis Nunez, UD over Baez. Get a new name, bitch. And Jonathan Cardoso, UD over Eduardo Ramirez. That's Pro Box. If you're not watching Pro Box, you fucking should be.
It's free.
It's free on YouTube. No excuses. Moving on. December 12th. This one was in Flint, Michigan. Just to point out quickly, Joey Spencer, majority decision over Miguel Hernandez. And Ardriel Holmes gets the UD over Edwin Humane. Fun. That's at middle and super welterweight, respectively. Party.
I don't know any of these names.
Just guys that are in the building phase, I'd say.
Okay.
One other one. This one was in Toronto, Ontario.
Nice.
Fucking only one I wanted to point out. Sukhdeep Singh Bhatti, 19-0, drops the ball to Uysma Lima. That was a 12-rounder. It's for the IBO belt, yes, but this is the type of win that's going to catapult someone into like the actual world title stage. IBO is like the top rung of the like secondary belts.
He is from Angola. I don't think I have ever seen a fighter from Angola. That's kind of cool.
Only one I've ever seen is Manel Kape over at UFC.
Ah, nice.
He's from Angola. But yeah,
I like cheering for people from strange countries.
Yeah.
Not strange, you know what I mean.
Unusual.
Uncommon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know what you meant. But everybody in the comments tell Shanada how racist she is.
They do all the time on Discord. It just tore apart by using the wrong words.
Yeah. There you go. Expect Lima to start entering the conversation at the top of 154. And that
He's gonna give people the beans.
I forgot about that.
Do I get a sound effect?
Yeah, I'll put one together for that. 'Cause I forgot about it. All right, Friday, December 13th, in the Chumash Casino in Santa Ynez, 360 promos. Carlos Balderas is the only one I really cared about. Gets the stoppage in 6 over Cesar Villarraga. So that's fun. And
Nice.
yeah, that's it for the recaps. So in our previews, there is not a whole lot. We're at the end of the year, so a lot of promotions and shit. Taking the time off because it's fucking Christmas, Hanukkah, New Year, all that stuff. So on the 21st, fucking King Dinglings, Usyk and Fury rematching for the still undisputed in my heart heavyweight
Undisputed
champion.
in everyone's heart.
Yeah.
That's such bullshit.
Yep. Starting from the bottom, Johnny Fisher versus David Allen. Is this the Rhino guy?
Yeah, this is the White Rhino.
Right, White Rhino.
I'm actually kind of excited for this one. I think it's gonna be the middest of heavyweight bullshit. And it'll be a fun opening act.
Yeah, Fisher's the guy that's on the come up. I think he bypassed the usual British like mid heavyweight route of the Pride and Commonwealth belts and all those other trinkets that they give out there.
Oh, yeah. He didn't do any of the amateur and kind of work your way up stuff. It seems like him and his dad just sell tickets to people. That's why he keeps getting fights and getting put on cards. Like, his dad sells 10,000 tickets personally. Or
Wow.
not 10,000, but like 1,000 tickets personally. And they've got like a shitty reality TV show type thing.
That's right. He
Somewhere.
is.
He's the Bosch guy.
Yeah, his dad is the Bosch guy.
Yeah.
Right, I forgot about that.
Anyways, I think Johnny Fisher is just more of a personality. Like, he's definitely a boxer and he definitely trains and stuff, but he's a personality. And I have to admit, it's kind of growing on me.
David Allen was kind of the same way. I don't know if he came from like a entertainment background like Johnny Fisher has, but he's made his way with the White Rhino shtick, wearing like banana hammocks to weigh-ins.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
I think one of them had
Yeah.
like a legit elephant trunk in front of it. Like, that's not a rhino horn,
Excellent.
buddy, but okay.
That's kind of funny. Yeah, well, Fisher's last fight, he was the headline against Babbage,
Right.
which was a fun fight. I enjoyed it.
That must have been rough for Ols to have to pick between the son of Bosch or Babbage, his like favorite.
It was hard for me to pick, to be honest. I was actually cheering for Babbage, I'm not gonna lie. And I was disappointed.
I don't know if this works, but speaking of possible disappointments, Moses Italma, another British heavyweight climbing the ranks, versus Dempsey
He's
McKean.
actually
He's good.
though.
Yeah, he's actually good.
Yeah.
I've seen this situation plenty of times, though, where standout amateur, hot, coming in as a prospect and has great performances to start, but coming up to a dude with that's 22-1, it's a bit of a step up, and that's pretty quick.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see how he does. I think it'll be fine. I'm still betting on Atuma to win, but
Yeah, same.
I've been wrong many times.
I expect Itama and Fisher are on a collision course.
Yeah, and in that fight, I think Atuma wins too. So.
Probably easily. If what we see now is what we can expect, then yeah, shouldn't be too hard.
But a lot of people are really high on Atama. Like, you should tune in early for this one. I know the Saudi cards are fucking 10 hours long, but they put some fun fights at the beginning this time.
Isaac Lowe versus Lee McGregor. I don't know too much about either of them, so a Scot and a Brit beating each other up. I'm going with the Scot.
Should be fun.
Yeah, should be a good time.
I think I've seen McGregor before, and I think he has a fucking terrible accent, and it's great. If you know what I mean.
He's super thick.
You can't understand. Yeah, he's from Edinburgh. Anyways, I'm gonna watch all these fights, but
yeah,
I'm gonna cheer for McGregor.
Moving up.
Seems to be the underdog in this one, though.
Yeah, I mean, if you look just based on the records, he's the lesser experienced, so understandable why people would think that, why the betting lines would think that anyway. Moving up, Andrei Novichky versus Edgar Ramirez, WBC International Heavyweight Belt. Hold on a second. Mexican heavyweight. It's like a fucking unicorn. Moving up, Daniel Lapine versus Dylan Collin. 10-round light heavies. 10-0 versus 14-0. I expect these guys are known in the British realm of boxing, or the European realm, I should say, being Polish and French.
French. Well, guess we're cheering for Lapin.
Yeah. God, vengeance for.
The French guy looks French too.
Moving up, this fight was. Oh right, this guy got replaced. Sergey Bohachuk is now fighting Ishmael Davis in the 12.
I don't know who Ishmael Davis is. Do you?
I don't think so. No, I've seen him fight Josh Kelly.
He is from Leeds, according to BoxRec.
Oh.
I like Bohachuk. I'm gonna be riding the
yeah.
Bohachuk truck.
Boha truck? Could that be the
Boha truck? Yeah.
And Oleksandr Usyk, Tyson Fury. 3 of the 4 belts will be on the line.
And Usyk is gonna do it again. He's
Absolutely.
gonna get the stoppage this time, though.
I hope
I'm calling it.
I'll cover that bet. I think Nathan put it really well. Said like this is probably the last chance that we have to really push for Ukraine on like the global stage, because who knows how things are going to be going, as certain changes happen within the next 4 to 6 weeks.
Right.
So get behind Ukraine while you can. Get yourself on the right side of history.
How do I put it? I've been having trouble getting excited for this fight. I'm not sure why. Like, it's not the fight's fault. It's a great fight, but I haven't been excited for it. And yesterday was the grand arrivals, and I didn't watch the whole thing, but I've been getting clips on Instagram. Usyk learning English is the best thing that's ever fucking happened. Usyk is hilarious, which I already knew, but him being able to be hilarious himself instead of through a translator is great.
Yeah, he does seem like he was a fucking riot. Like
he
doesn't take everything too seriously.
Yeah, somebody was just yelling at him as he was walking around, like this is just an Instagram clip. And they're like, if you could give Tyson a Christmas present, what would you give him? And he thought about it for like 2 seconds. It was super fast. And he goes, a chocolate bunny. And I thought it was hilarious.
That is fucking funny. Like, what? Chocolate bunny.
Well, he's been calling him Rabbit throughout the build-up, right?
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
All right.
So, and he showed up in like a purple outfit that was kind of like the traditional dress that he walked out in last time, but it wasn't fancy like that. And instead of having the shoulder piece be like real, it was it looked like a skinned stuffed tiger with jewel eyes.
What? What the hell is happening?
And the lady asked him, they're like, where did you find the tiger? And he's like, maybe not tiger, maybe only kitty cat. Yeah, so it's on my list of things to do to watch the actual grand arrivals and stuff because Usyk was so goddamn funny.
Yeah.
He also sent a jab Fury's way. They're like, Fury says he hasn't talked to his wife in 3 months. Like, what do you think about that? And Usyk is like, I love my family. I talk to my wife and kids every night.
Yeah.
It's important. And he was just like, without saying Tyson Fury is a piece of shit that hates his family. It's definitely what he was saying. So.
Yeah, I probably would have. I would have said the same thing. Like, man, if I didn't talk to my family, I would be in the wrong headspace.
Yeah. So a few times, I assume after that, he kept bringing up how important family is and how he talks to them all the time.
Man. The word on I don't know if how confirmed this is, but they were saying that like as Tyson was getting on the plane to leave for Saudi Arabia the first time, he got a call from his wife or someone or like their doctor or something that she had a miscarriage, and it was
I heard that rumor as well.
It was a complicated one, and that messed with his headspace. Like I can't imagine that somebody would just make that up.
It would be a very terrible thing to make up.
That's extremely fucked up if you were to just make... I would sooner say, like, yeah, I relapsed. I was coke binging, like, every day.
Yeah. No, hopefully everything is fine this time. Right. There are no excuses. And when Usyk knocks him out in round 8 this time, because he knocked him out in round 9 last time.
He did.
All the Fury fanboys are gonna have to eat shit because he is not as good as everybody keeps saying he is. I don't get the Fury hype anymore. He hasn't been as good as he was since like Wilder 1.
I'd say Wilder 2 because that was dominance. The first one was a back and forth affair.
Fair, yeah. Anyways, the grand arrival clips have gotten me actually excited for this fight. They are showing it in the bar in Tokyo, but I'm feeling lazy. I think I'm just going to watch at home by myself.
Oh, shit.
Starts at midnight here, and the projected walkout time for the main event is 8 a.m. Why?
If we give it... How many fights are on the card? Is it 6? If we give each one an hour, which is typically how they allot the time, so that's 6 hours, and then we have a 1-hour Eminem concert, and then Usyk and Fury.
Yeah. Garbage.
I always say, anytime there's a Saudi card, I always say Eminem concert. When, like, there was only an Eminem concert at the Bud Madrimov one because of Terrence Crawford. He was the one that wanted him.
Well, they probably said that there had to be a concert. I don't understand why there has to be a concert.
Because they're assholes.
I did see that they lowered ticket prices to, like, basically free. $15 or something, $30.
Yeah, I'll buy 10 of them if you fucking charter me a flight and
yeah,
flight in before the fight and then flight out immediately after.
Not staying in Saudi.
Absolutely not.
Yeah, I think I would end up in a lot of trouble if I ever went to Saudi.
Same. That's why I don't want to go. Man, if you came into this fucking little chapter of ours expecting like in-depth analysis of Usyk versus Fury, I'm not sorry to disappoint you. I don't expect this fight to go very differently than the first one, except it stops sooner. I'm thinking 7 or 8 as well. I don't know. I'm having trouble getting excited for it because of that. Because of how pretty clear the win was the first time, despite what the cards might have said.
Yeah. I am excited for Usyk to prove that he is by far the best. And I really hope after he wins, he retires.
Hopefully.
Go out on top. Go out undisputed. I mean, it's not, but everybody knows. And enjoy your life with your wife and children. He said his youngest girl is just starting to talk.
Oh, that's just precious. She is very feel. I would suggest, if I could, if Usyk, like, if you're gonna take one bit of this away, because I know you're there, friend of the show, but get the Klitschko brothers together and say, "What up, bitches? I got more belts. I have more belts than both of you combined." That would be funny.
So I usually do themed meals for big fights for myself when I stay at home, and I cannot find pierogies in the store here, which I guess kind of makes sense, but being from Western Canada, there's fucking frozen pierogies in the gas station. Like, it is the easiest thing to find pierogies.
Yeah,
there's
a whole section of them in my grocery store.
Yeah, but here it's all, like, Asian dumplings of different varieties, which totally makes sense.
Yeah, of course.
But pierogies are so much work to make. I can't have pierogies and sausage for my fight night, so... Anyways, I gotta go buy some vodka. Ukrainian vodka is easy to find.
I was gonna say, like, if you're gonna do themed meals, I'm not sure how easy blow... and fucking...
Easy.
Right, but the other one, on the other hand.
Yeah, no, not in Japan.
All right, out time. Let's... Thanks for listening to this episode of The Boxing B-Sides, a Lux Media production. If you'd like to give your thoughts, or you're dying to tell us how casual you think we are, you can be a lame and you can text our anonymous line 833-589-7637. If you want to stand on business, call and leave a voice message. We'll see if you're entertaining enough to make the final cut of the show. 833-LUXPODS. You can't go wrong. If you prefer to hit us up on social media, the account name is LVX Media Net, all one word. That's on YouTube, Instagram, Twitter, all the rest of that shit. If you can't find us, chances are we're not on it. A lot of stuff gets cut out of the final releases for all kinds of reasons. So if you want the raw audio, exactly as it's recorded, look us up on Patreon. LVX Media Net over there, just like everywhere else. Even if you don't sign up for Patreon, you can still help us out a lot if you hit us with a rating on whatever app you're listening on. If you're not feeling a $5, you have our number, or you can hit the DMs. Let us know how we can earn that full $5. Intro and outro music by Middle of Nowhere Beats. And for more shows like the one you just listened to, go to lvxmedia.net. So, heading into Usyk Fury weekend. Parting words.
It is getting late, guys. You should have your Christmas shopping done. Don't leave it until the 23rd like my dad always does. That's my words of advice.
I was gonna throw out, don't give in to fucking blatant consumerism for this corporate holiday.
Oh, well, we have opposing messages.
Yeah, but I gave that one up a long time ago. I thought that's what I would usually say if this was like 10 years ago. But nowadays,
I mean,
like, this is a good
getting
holiday.
Gifts is nice.
Right.
The cost of your gift doesn't matter,
Right.
and that's important to remember.
It's a family holiday. You know, yeah, get your mom something nice, get your dad something, or your brothers and sisters, whoever the fuck is important to you. And yeah.
Goddamn, Canada Post is on strike. I
Still?
sent my shit the first week of November, and nobody has gotten anything.
Damn.
Yeah. Bullshit. Fuck Canada Post, and finish your Christmas shopping.
Shit. Wherever you're listening, ratings help. Help. If social media posts, interactions help. Just comment on it, like it even, or hit share. You don't even have to fucking send it to anyone. If you just hit the share button, it helps. Other than that, Usyk, down with the Furies. All of the Furies out of boxing. 2025. That's all I got. All right, we're out of here.
Bye.